Alright, so I just randomly had this idea. I know it's horrible timing at the end of summer, but whatever. I'm going to show you guys my tricks and tips on how to get really, really high grades in school with little or no effort. We're talking high 80s, low 90s with no studying anything. People constantly ask me how I do it, and I didn't even think about how I do it. And I realized that most of the things that I do to achieve this is kind of just common sense crap. So I'm going to share with you guys. I'm just kind of making this up as I go, so whatever. So let's see. The first thing is your brain blood flow. The better your blood flow is to the brain, the better you're going to learn. You're just going to remember more. It's going to be better. So what you want to do, for one, is never have your legs like crossed on your chair, or just put them straight down. It's going to increase your blood flow. It's going to be better. Secondly, you're going to want to boost your heart rate so that, again, more blood flow. If you stay hyper in class and manage to focus at the same time, then great. Do what you got to do to keep your heart going, and just, you know, between classes, just like do something random just to boost you up, right? The next thing is how you remember stuff. You've probably all heard this before, but it's in the percentages. You remember like 10% of what you read, 20% of what you hear, 30% of what you see, like 50% of what you see and hear, whatever, and like 70% of what you discuss, roughly, these whatever, so something around there. But 70% of what you discuss. Now the problem is that most people can't really figure a way to discuss things in class. The teacher's explaining something, you can't discuss that, and then they move on, and you're not gonna whatever. So what you have to do is it's kind of like you trick your brain into having a discussion with the teacher the whole class. So what you want to be doing is just always, like, as soon as you have a question, just ask it. Like, imagine you're having a conversation with the teacher. That way you're just gonna remember more. Just ask tons of questions. Every time you have a little thing you want to say, just say it. I know if everyone in the class did this, it would be disaster, but they're not. So just do it, and you're going to be ahead of everyone. And the third thing, I think I'm just kind of whatever, is it's how you approach your learning process. If you are learning things to get good grades, you're going to do way worse, because that's not a cause. It's just a number. If you fail the course, you can do it again, like whatever. What you want to try to do, it's going to be hard for people to do this, but is learn the stuff for you. Learn the scientific stuff because it's interesting. Learn the English stuff because it'll make you smarter. Increase your vocab, whatever, you know, just learn it for you. Fuck the grades. If that's the only reason why you're in school, then I'm just going to stop right there. But I mean, really, learn it for you. And if you're learning it for you, I mean, just learn stuff until you get it, and when you get it, you just stop doing work. So if you get something in class right away, then you don't have to do anything. If they give you assignments, you roll it in a ball and you throw it in the fucking garbage, and then you're done. I mean, it's if you know it, whatever, right? So I think with those 3 tips, you should be fine. And I mean, they kind of all go together. Like, just think about it. If you're learning it for you, then if you have a question, like what would be if something there failed, whatever, then you just ask that to the teacher, and now you're doing part of the discussion thing, you're just remembering more. And by asking questions, you're more attentive, more assertive, everything. I mean, it all just links perfectly together. So I mean, I guess that's just my tips. If you follow those 3 things, I can pretty much guarantee you will have to study like 90% less if you already do a lot. I don't know, that was kind of whatever. You're barely going to have to study, basically, and you're going to get really high grades, and it's just a great way to go through high school. You can't do this after high school just because classes are like, it just doesn't work. But high school is already pretty easy, which is why you can pull it off. You can just go to school, get really high grades, and you can have the rest of the day, every day, to do whatever you want. You're never going to have homework, you never need to study, it works great. So hopefully not too many people just finished school when they watch this video, because it is summer now. I have 1 more year of high school, so that's pretty cool. Irrelevant, but cool. But yeah, so just follow those 3 tips. Remember, keep your brain blood flow good, and always be having a discussion with the teacher, and learn for you, not for school, and your grades are just through the roof. They're gonna go way up. It's gonna be good shit. So if you have any more tips, I mean, just, hey, post them in the comments. Just help people out, you know, do whatever. And, yeah, so, like, have fun.